The best memories of my entire life are from
Getting up in
USC.
the morning and going down to eat, and the smell of the hot chocolate.
The counselors always read us bedtime stories, and the year I was in Upper Swan, our counselor's name was Mickey, and our bedtime story was the autobiography of Malcolm X, which I don't think happened to a lot of kids in a lot of other camps.
I
but it was
just
great.
remember the long bus ride from Manhattan up to the country. I remembered Pete Seeger coming down from the mountain and leading us in a hootenanny. I remember swimming and just all the wonderful
And
people.
one of my most memorable experiences is when Pete Seeger came down and sang council with us. That will always be in my heart forever.
Well, I remember, they don't remember very much.
No, I remember swimming.
I loved, as I said before, everything I learned about life, I learned at camp. But one of my favorite memories is that I won an award once for being the best counselor with no skills. So other people were winning awards for being really good at arts and crafts or really good at sports, but I still have no skills like that. But I love it that I won an award for being like good anyway.
What I remember most is that you came here and there were incredible counselors who we thought were much older than us, but actually were just a few years older than us, and who were really kind of just great teachers, and it sort of let you in on sort of life, secrets of life that your parents would never tell you. And
So we used to go to the marriage booth at the carnival, and there'd be a booth set up right in the corner there with a curtain, and whoever, girl or boy, would ask someone that they wanted to marry, and they'd go into the booth and make out a little bit, and French kiss, and leave. And then if there was someone else that managed to snag you, well, why not?
one
I'll
more
marry
kiss.
you too, one more kiss.
People I met, the experience, even, I was in work camp, we were working, scrubbing pots, doing the garbage. This was the greatest summer I ever had.
I remember that, I was a work camper, so they would rotate you through all the various jobs. And actually, I met you, and I think I was doing the kitchen duty, but the fun job was being on the garbage truck, even though it was a heavy work, because you got to ride around on the truck, and you were outside hanging on the back. But all the jobs were fun. I mean, that was the last time in my life that I actually remember enjoying work.
that's the last time you probably did. Last time you did damn work too.
No, that was a blast.
That was fun.
That was great.
We lived from summer to summer, basically.
Yeah.
What happened in between was irrelevant.
It was a special place for me from the rest of my life. It was like another universe coming here where everybody was kind of down to earth and friendly.
I remember you get all these white middle-class kids for the most part, and these kids from the inner city down in the Lower East Side who are, Hispanic and black. And I remember how it took like 5 minutes for whatever differences and different worlds we came from to just melt away. There was no effort involved in that. It just happened, and took everyone out of there.
I came up here, and I was really not a good kid as far as behavior. Really, and in fact, at 14, it was a transitional time. I got kicked out of camp. Actually, I was thrown out.
This camp?
Yeah, I did. Ernie, he brought me in here, and he talked to me about my behavior, which was atrocious, and I was.
They let you back in the next year?
Well, no, he let me back in. He said, "Why don't you go home and think about it?" Actually, I was 14 years old, and I was just horrendous to the counselors. I was totally oppositional.
Disrespectful, yeah.
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
I think we were vandalized, and we were terrible. And he told me, "Listen, why don't you go home and think about this?"
Wow, and let you back in.
And I did go home, and I went, "Wow, what the hell am I doing here?"
Yeah.
This
place sucks.
And he said, "You can come back. If you call me up." And he did let us back.
It's pretty cool.
And he worked with kids like that. They worked with kids.
Right.
That was a turning point that was a turning point for me. And as far as I don't want to.
Every year that I was here, there was something different. But there was a component of every year that I was here is to gather a group of people, 150, 200, whatever it was, and coexist in a peaceful environment that you couldn't find anywhere else. And I always left here with that sort of amazing, I can't believe that I had this experience with all these people.